right. Mic check. 1, 2. I don't know. I don't know if I am on. We're going to figure this out together, guys. Welcome. If you're seeing this, put in the comment section. We're going to figure this thing out. Can you believe I left my phone at the house? My phone! And so I basically had to get here on the fly, and you guys are watching me on desktop live over here. You guys are watching me on IG over here. I've given up on the backup recording. I'm just going to download it from social media. So we're going to figure this thing out together, and we're going to roll with it, baby. We're just going to go with it. And today on Transformation Tuesday, if you didn't watch yesterday, I got an amazing response because we were talking about motivation. We were talking about what is it that that motivates you? What is it that you like? What is it that you listen to? The podcast, the speakers, what is that? And so we were talking about that. And then today we're going to be talking about inspiration. What is the difference between motivation and inspiration? And I cannot wait to share with you the difference because it is so awesome. So, hey, welcome to today's episode of Transformation Tuesday. This is your playground guide, Johnny Juan Ortiz, with the Fun Life community, and it is powered by the Zig Ziglar Legacy Certification Program of Choose to Win. It's the foundational program, and I'm excited to share this with you guys. I see it. It's on there. You guys let me know if you can hear me. I see the captions. That's pretty cool. That's kind of new. I didn't know it was going to do that, but that's awesome. So, what is the difference between motivation and inspiration? I'm just going to go ahead and kind of lay this out really very simplistic, right? Motivation, we talked about it yesterday, is basically those things that encourage you, that get you going, right? Or another person said motivation gets you there, discipline keeps you there. So let's look at the difference, because here's the thing. Motivation, I kind of hang on, let me fix this camera over here. I'm not sure what's happening, what's going on. Okay, all right, you guys are back on. Good. So motivation could be likened to external forces, right? An object at rest tends to stay at rest unless acted upon by an outside force, right? Inspiration is internal. So let's look at this scenario, right? If you've ever heard the saying, hey, I'm going to light a fire in underneath them, right? That's that external motivation come to you, lighting a fire up in underneath you. Inspiration is when you take and you light a fire in someone, when you're inspiring, when it's inward, it's internal. And that's the thing is, so motivation could be often said that comes from those external factors such as personal goals, and we've talked about that, right? We've talked about those external goals. We've talked about those personal goals, those desires, your why. I think the why is really more leaning towards your inspiration. But what are your current needs? What is it that you are currently needing? And a lot of times, that's going to help out with your motivation. Let's look at the next one here. It's got to be action oriented, right? Motivation is usually associated with taking action, and it's the drive that pushes individuals to pursue goals and make that progress. We've told you guys, progress is so vital, right? It's not the old saying. People said that practice makes perfect. Practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. I don't think you ever get it perfect. I don't. I don't think that's the case. But I do believe that you can make progress. So I'm excited to have you guys on here. Again, we're trying this for the first time off of the desktop. If you see this, if you can hear me, fantastic. I've got the mic check, 1, 2, mic check. We've got that going on. IG, you're still, you guys are now becoming my faithful few that are logging on. And we're picking up sponsors, guys. Kind of little commercial interruption, little break. We're picking up sponsors, and our first sponsor is going to be this Friday on Faith Your Fears Friday. So you're not going to want to miss out. Also, if you like this social media live that we're doing on here, on February 8th, you get a chance to hear me live at the Success Center for Real Estate Professionals. You don't have to be a real estate professional, but a little plug for that. For over there, they are able to bring the spiritual aspect in with your business and they do it on Thursday at a series they call Elevate, and I'm going to be speaking there at 11 a.m. Go ahead and find that post or DM me. I'll shoot you the RSVP because lunch is provided free of charge. It's sponsored, but it's free of charge to you guys. So I want you guys to join me and come out there. So anyway, what are we doing? We're talking about the difference between motivation and inspiration. And so what is that for you? One other thing that we want to look at when we talk about motivation is the result of purpose. You know, motivation often arises from a clear understanding of one's purpose or, check this out, the expected outcome of certain actions. And so here's the thing is, I tell people, the people that I coach, we tell them oftentimes, don't necessarily tie yourself to the results, but tie yourself to the process. What is it, right? If you're going to bake a cake, I get it. You want to have the cake now, but if you don't do these certain steps, if you don't mix it just right, If you don't take out the egg yolks and just batter the whites, it doesn't come out the same as if you just, one of those dump cake recipes. This is a very, very, very unique process that you have to go through because you're right here, right? This is where you're at right now currently in life, and where you're wanting to get to is right over here. So there's a process that you have to go through. So now let's look at inspiration and what inspiration does, right? Inspiration is that internal influence. So inspiration often comes from those internal sources such as role models, stories, personal experiences. Anybody had those? Yeah, kind of a big deal. That evoke that positive emotional response. And so you have to have that feeling of being driven. What drives you? What motivates you? Matter of fact, I'm trying to get Kevin Miller to be one of my guests on Saturday, but he wrote an entire book on what drives you and what is it that is pushing you, propelling you forward. And I kid you not, that is a great book. Go to Amazon, get it, download it. If you do audiobooks, go ahead, do that thing. But seriously, guys, what drives you? What propels you? And it's that inspiration is more of a positive emotion or mental state. You really do. You have to get clear and clarity to make sure that what it is that you're doing is having that lasting, that impact that you're looking for. And it can create a sense of enthusiasm, creativity, and uplifted spirits. Guys, do you guys realize what enthusiasm means? I should have brought it, man. So Vincent Norman Peale wrote a book called Enthusiasm Makes the Difference. And he talked about how enthusiasm is actually the Spirit of God inside of you. And the Webster's Dictionary is really close to that definition. It talks about a strong excitement or feeling. Right? Webster's Dictionary, I get it. It says something inspiring, zeal, or fervor. Right? Again, talking about enthusiasm. And then the last one here, it talks about belief in special revelations of the Holy Spirit. Guys, and I kid you not, Norman Vincent Peale nailed it because it's the Spirit of God dwelling and living inside of you that's going to motivate you, that's going to inspire you to be able to go out there and share your experiences. Stop allowing other people to dictate your life. Stop it. Don't allow that to happen to you guys. And the thing about inspiration is that it may not lead immediately to action. While inspiration can lead to motivation, right? It doesn't necessarily result in an immediate action. It's more about cultivating a positive mindset. Guys, here's the thing is, once you get inspired, right, it's that thought, and it takes root. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get from here to here. But once it does, it eventually comes out here, right? The book I like to read says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. But how did it get in your heart? Right? Through these two little things we have, well, maybe not little for some, these two ears that we have on the side of our head. And so let's look at this. So let's dive a little bit deeper, right? Because that's really the difference between motivation and inspiration, right? Motivation external, inspiration internal. And so to ensure that you continually stay inspired, this is going to be the little bonus section for you guys. I want to make sure that that you're making a difference in the community where you live in. And so to be able to do that, there's a little strategy, right? And because I do mortgages, right? We're here at the Cardinal Financial Studios. There's a strategy that has to be implemented to be able to help people become homeowners that ordinarily wouldn't be able to, because I get it. If you've never bought a home before, there's a strategy, there's a process that we have to go through. And so it's a lot the same way here. So part of the strategy, right, if you're going to be continually inspired, is you have to surround yourself with the right influences, with positive influences. Stop hanging around those people that just put a damper on things. Have you ever met some of those people, right? Because you have those people that light up a room when they walk in, right? There's just a breath of fresh air. They're exciting. You can feel their energy. And then there's those people that light up a room when they leave, right? They just take all that negative energy. Oh, you guys know what I'm talking about. You already thought about them in your head. But again, you've got to make sure that you engage with positive content, positive influence, stories, videos, podcasts, right? There's people in the community that are doing what you want to do. You just want to make sure that you are able to hang around them so that you can be able to have that and be impactful be able to have those positive influences on you guys. So hey, listen guys, this desktop app is not that bad. I like it. For those of you, I can see your comments. Pedro, thank you for joining on here. Eric, I see you, buddy. Man, where's everybody else at? Okay, I see there's people on there. I'm just not seeing exactly everybody. But put in the comment section. Let me see. Just try this thing out. Where are you watching me from? Are you in Tyler, Longview, East Texas? I know we got people over on the East Coast that tune into this thing. Where are you watching this from? So keep me informed here. All right, so let's look at this, because part of that staying inspired continually is this right here. You have to have set meaningful goals. So what are your goals in life? We're at the first of the year. Can you believe we're at the end of January, right? Faith Your Fears Friday, a little plug for Faith Your Fears Friday, is Groundhog's Day. And so we're going to be talking about Groundhog's Day. We're going to be talking about doing the same thing over and over again with you expecting different results. So you'll want to tune in for that one. That one's going to be really fun. But what are your meaningful goals? What is it that you want out of life? Why is it that you're here? Right? And so when you clearly define your goals and you connect them to the greater purpose, all of a sudden knowing that your actions contribute to something meaningful can be a powerful source of inspiration, guys. That's what gets you going. You don't need an alarm clock. You don't need to have somebody to tell you, hey, mijo, hey, ya levántate, bro. Come on. No, guys, you get up and you go at it. You wake up, and Mr. Ziegler called it an opportunity clock. If you have to have one, when you know that you're making a difference in the lives of the people that you're touching, that you're impacting, you don't need an alarm clock. Today I left. I was excited to leave to get up here and get this going, and I left my phone at the house. I'll go back. I mean, if I get messages or whatever, they'll come on my watch. But I wanted to come on here at 8. Got early, got it all going, and we're here. We're live, right? If it's important to you, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll make an excuse, guys, and that's just in general. So stop it. You've got to have those meaningful goals. And then you have to connect with your community. So here's the thing, right? And this is what I love about Rotary. This is what I loved about Toastmasters. This is what I love about the nonprofits that I'm a part of, the different groups that I'm a part of. So building strong connections within your community, right? You're able to engage with people who share similar values and similar goals. And so one of the neat thing about that is you're able to collaborate on projects that make a positive impact. Guys, I'm not going to say his name, but he's one of the authors of the books that I've shared with you. And we were messaging yesterday on LinkedIn trying to get him set up for a surprise Saturday guest. And it's pretty neat because I didn't even know where he's at. I've got his book right there in my bookshelf, but I'm excited that we're just talking about bringing you guys some value and bringing you guys ways, and you hear it from me. But once he becomes a guest on the social media live, you're going to be able to hear it from him, right? Because it's one thing to know about the author, and it's another thing to know the author, and that could be said about the Bible too. All right, these last few things, and we're going to wrap this baby up. So celebrate the small wins. And so why is that important, guys? I'm serious. In our coaching program, we always want to make sure that we celebrate the small victories because it helps you to to kind of like Dave Ramsey whenever he talks about paying off those small bills. That's a big deal, guys. Celebrate it. So when you have small victories, no matter how small, maybe you just woke up 15 minutes early. Maybe you were able to sit down and do a 5 minute devotion. Maybe you were able to sit down and do a 5 minute prayer that you normally wouldn't do. Those small victories done over time become a big things. And really, if you think about it, guys, here's the neat thing about this. Those people that do big things in this world, those people that do those big that you're looking at and you're like, wow, I could never. Guys, they just did little things consistently over an extended period of time. And then they got to the point where they were able to be a little persistent, right? Persistent consistency is what Mr. Ziegler calls it. And that was one of the biggest reasons for his success is that he basically just did the little things. And if you'll discipline yourself to do the little things, they're going to come out over time and you're going to be able to do the big things a lot easier, right? I think it was Les Brown that said, inch by inch, life's a cinch. But mile by mile, yard by yard, life is hard, and mile by mile, life can be a trial. So stop doing trying to do those big things. Do the little things and do them with the discipline. That's why we're on here every single day. That's why we're on here because, again, I would have never thought that I was going to pick up sponsors to sponsor a Faith Your Fears Friday or to sponsor a Transformation Tuesday. How cool is that? But, that's because we're eyeballs are watching. That's because we're bringing you guys some value. And if we weren't, I wouldn't have people reaching out and asking about this. So again, a little shameless plug. If you want to promote your business, let's talk about bringing you on here as a sponsor. We'll introduce you at the front. We'll introduce you at the back. We'll get a little program together so that we can track the the money, right? And so again, celebrate those small victories, guys, because that's a small victory for me, and it may not be a big deal for you, but I'm kind of excited about it, to be honest with you. All right, these last few things. You want to seek continuous learning, right? You've got to be able to learn while you earn, right? Once you get to that point, you can take the L off, the Learn, right? Once you do that, the L comes off and you're able to earn. But I tell people to just leave the L on there. Be a constant student of your craft. Always be evolving, always be growing, always be maturing into the next possible version, the next best possible version of yourself. And so when you stay curious and open to learning, all of a sudden what happens is that you are able to attend workshops, you're able to attend conferences, you're able to go to seminars and that align with your interests, that helps you get to the next level. Guys, I've been consuming enough videos on how to make this Facebook Live and the social media live experiment and experience better for you guys. And I'm learning. I didn't even know you could do this on the desktop, but here we are. Today's the first day of doing it. And so here's the next thing that we have to try to do. Practice gratitude, guys. What is so important about gratitude, right? Mr. Ziegler, again, this whole thing is powered by the Ziegler philosophy of you can have everything. I think I pinned that comment up there. You can have everything in life you want if you're just willing to help enough other people get what they want. And truth be told, if you go out and set out every day to help somebody, I promise you, you're going to be able to find what it is that you're looking for, but you have to be grateful for what you do have to the point that eventually you'll have more to be grateful for, right? If God can trust you with the little stuff, it's only a matter of time before he trusts you with the big stuff. And so you want to regularly reflect on the positive aspects of the community and the impact that you're making. And gratitude, here's the thing about gratitude, it fosters a sense of fulfillment and inspiration. That's what we're doing. When you do something for somebody else that cannot pay you back, guys, that's something that internally you just cannot put a value, you cannot put a price on that. Really, it's priceless if you can't put a price on it. Okay, here's the next one. Stay adaptable. What does that mean when you talk about stay adaptable? It means to be open to be adapting to strategies and approaches. I don't have it in my bookshelf. I have it at the bookshelf at the house. But my wife and I were talking about this last night. Who moved my cheese? right? Your cheese being your money, your business, whatever. Your business moves, right? I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about how they're probably going to get out of real estate because real estate is so different. And it's not that real estate is different. Real estate has evolved. The cheese has moved, and they're needing to adapt to it. And if you fail to adapt, yeah, you're gonna get left behind. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. That's what we're gonna be talking about on Groundhog's Day, on Faith Your Fears Friday. But you have to adapt. You have to evolve. And then check this out. Here's the thing: is the mindset tends to keep you inspired when you overcome obstacles. So if you go and you're able to get to that next level, right? I just lost the last 5 pounds of I was trying to get to. I'm only 10 pounds away from my next big goal. So excuse me. I'm getting excited because now I'm doing it a little bit more healthy. I'm not out there doing this crazy stuff and taking all these crazy supplements. It's just hard work, and it's a little slower, but I think I'm going to be able to maintain this lifestyle. I'm going to be able to do this a lot better, and so I had to adapt, right? I had to change some things, and then and then the last one, and we're going to wrap this thing up. I'm going a little bit longer on this one. But share your journey. Share your journey with somebody. Write it down, journal it. Share your experiences, your challenges, and the successes with others. Inspire and be inspired by creating a supportive network within your community. And that's what the Fun Life community is all about, guys. I want to share with you those experiences, the things that the people that we're coaching are telling me. It's so awesome to see that light bulb go off. And whenever we're coaching, even though it's a 12-week program, all I'm going after, the only goal of us coaching people and helping them to be more and do more and have more so that they can give more and share more and help more and serve more, we're going after one insight, just one, over the 12 weeks. And the people that have gotten that, they get it. It's so awesome to see that light bulb go off. So thank you guys for being on here again. We're basically talking about what's the difference between inspiration and motivation. And so seriously, whenever you get inspired, you no longer need motivation. Well, I take that back. You are going to have motivation, right? Because there's only so much inspiration can do. But again, when you get that fire lit in you, right? Tom Ziegler, our coach, shared this with us a long time ago. A lot of people think that the opposite of depression is happiness. And that's not the case. The opposite of depression is purpose. When you find purpose, by default, you'll get happiness. So anyway, guys, hey, how awesome was this? We were able to do this on the desktop live. You guys have come on here. You've showed up. You've commented. Share this. Share this with your community. Share this with your people. I want to make sure that we're encouraging as many people as we can. And how awesome is that? I probably should have changed the camera a little bit. Let's see here. There we go. That's a little better. That way you can see the whole thing. But guys, thank you for coming on here on Transformation Tuesday. Hopefully you were inspired. Hopefully you were motivated. And again, if you want to if you want to come on here and be part of the Cool Kids Club, I call it. That's kind of my inner circle. Let me know. We've got some space available for you guys. I've got actually one more slot to be able to go in and have you come on as an inner circle member and be part of the founding members that we're putting together. I'm looking for 12 people, right? 12 people, primarily because the guy I'm modeling this thing after had 12 inner circle members, and you probably already know who I'm talking about. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for being on here. Transformation Tuesday. Go out there, do your thing, and be blessed. Adios. Okay. Where do I stop this thing at? Oh, here it is. In live video. Duh. Big old red button. We'll figure this thing out, guys. You too can do this. It's not that hard. We're figuring it out along the way, guys. Okay, good. Perfect. What happened? What happened? Oh, okay. Sorry.